Assalamu alaikum all of you. I'm your English teacher from Motivational School and I'm conducting class 6. So today's topic is Unit 1, my relationship with my father. That is the topic for the academic session 2021-2022. This text type is autobiography that is present in your course book on page number 8. But very first you have to follow the instructions. Listen carefully. You have to keep your book, Active English Course Book, with yourself. You have to take a screenshot where it is required. You can ask me the question at the end of the class. So this is all the instructions that you have to follow during the class. Now here we are going to discuss about the today's objectives. By the end of the lesson, the student will be able to understand, talk about their family relationship and describe about family members, understand the worth of relationship with father, improve their vocabulary regarding the text, read and comprehend the text. This is the objectives for today's. Now, here is the motivational activity about the relationship of father and son. The hero. The father is always a hero because he is the person or best person we can say in the life. He actually faces all the difficulties without letting us know any of them. The second quality of father is humbleness. Humbleness is a quality of being modest. The third quality of father is visionary. A father is ahead of his time and has a powerful plan of how the future should look. The fourth quality of the relationship of the father and the son is leadership. Leadership is a process, or we can say leadership is the ability to induce the subordinate. Father really does the job of leadership very well. Another quality of father is protecting. Father is really provides protecting shade to maintain the integrity of especially through financial or legal guarantees. The sixth quality of father is strong. Father is a strong personality who can exert a lot of power. Another quality is knowledgeable. Father is knowledgeable because he is highly educated for making goals of your life. Father is a person who face looks that shows emotions and feelings. I mean, father is very much expressive, comforting. Father always provides his child comfort. I mean, making his child less sad or worried. So this is all about the motivational activity of relationship of father and the son. Now we are going to read out the passage or the reading comprehension is here. So the first paragraph of my relationship with my father is my earliest memory is of waking up screaming with fright at finding a strange man in strange clothes leaning over my cot staring at me. The strange man I was shortly to find out was my father and the funny clothes were his straightest uniform. It was August 1945. The war was over and he was home from the front. I would therefore have been almost 3 years old at the time. So it means the text is about the author and his father relationship. The author and his father had a very different personalities. In the first para, the writer was surprised that his father had not been home for more than 2 years. Actually, he was recalling his memory that when he was 3 years old, Then his father left home because usually soldiers get leave and he might expect his father to want to see his son. The writer was born in 1942. I know this because he was almost 3 years old in 1945. Come on, the second paragraph. I mentioned this episode not I mentioned this episode not just because it is the first thing I remember, but also because it was somehow representative of the relationship which I was to have with my father
है
for the rest
इतनी पैड़ी आवाज है जो भी है
of his life. I was terrified of him and I was a complete mystery to him. In the second paragraph, in the second paragraph, a writer talks about the difficulties relationship that he shared with his father. The writer mentioned that he was terrified of his father because it is his earliest memory, and you know, my dear student, it really represents their subsequent relationship. Again, I'm going to explain the second para. In the second paragraph, writer talks about the difficult relationship that he shared with his father. The writer mentioned that he was terrified of his father because it is his earliest memory, and you know, my dear students, it really represents their subsequent relationship. Now, come on the third para. The man who hung over my cot was indeed a stranger to me since my father had not been home for more than 2 years. The reasons for this are not known to me, like so many others. My father was reticent about the details of his war experiences, and I never asked him to account for his absence. Soldiers usually get some form of leave, but perhaps this was not always the case in time of conflict. In the third para, I'm going to explain the third para. In the third para, the writer describes his father's relationship with him that was totally strange. Actually, the writer could not develop a good relationship with his father because when he was 3 years old, his father left home because he was a soldier and his father had not been home for more than 2 years. The writer did not want to know the reason for his father's long leave, but perhaps this was not always the case in times of conflict. Now, my dear students, please see the paragraph number 4. For whatever reason, he was completely unknown to me when he returned. Sadly, he was to remain a stranger to me, even when I grew to boyhood and later to manhood, completely different in personality. We just never seemed to get close to each other or to find out what made the other thick. He returned home was a rude awakening for me, as during his absence I had enjoyed the full attention and companionship of my beautiful, gentle, and artistic mother. In the fourth paragraph, the writer describes his feeling about his father that he was completely terrified of his father because his father was unknown, or we can say a stranger to him, when he returned home. As I told you before, my dear student, that the writer's father was a very strict man. He was also cruel to him, but he had a close and a loving relationship with his mother, who was really gentle to him. Hopefully, you got the explanation of the paragraph number 4. Let's come on the paragraph number 5. On his return home from the front of My father simply swapped one uniform for another. He joined the police force. My father never seemed happy in ordinary clothes, civvies as he called them. It was as though he needed a uniform to endow him with an identity, and indeed, when he was in an ordinary suit, he seemed to shrink in stature. I'm going to explain the paragraph number 5. You all are requested to listen me carefully. In the fifth paragraph, writers mentions that when his father returned home, so he changed the uniform. He put off the soldier uniform and wear a police uniform because his father had to join the police force after returning his home. But the writer felt that his father never seemed happy because in the soldier's uniform, his father really had a high level of respect. The last word is stature. It means high level of respect. Hopefully, you got the clear understanding about the explanation of the paragraph number 5. Now, come on the paragraph number 6. I am sure that one of the main reasons for my father's love of uniform was that they were symbols of authority. My father was nothing if not an authoritarian. This made him a strict disciplinarian, even a bully as a father, and I bear the emotional and the mental scars of his treatment. And I bear the emotional and mental scars of his treatment of me to this day. I am lucky that I do not also bear physical scars because he sometimes beat me quite severely with a cane. I'm going to explain paragraph number 6. In the sixth para, the writer was thinking about his father's sadness. As I told you while explaining the fifth para, that when his father exchanged his soldier uniform to the police uniform, so he never seemed happy. And this time the writer was sure that one of the main reasons for his father's love of uniform was that they were symbols of authority. The writer was thinking that without uniform, his father was nothing because his father liked to be an authoritarian. So maybe this is the reason behind his father's behavior that was made him a strict disciplinarian. The writer was really bear the emotional and the mental scars of his treatment because the father's father, the writer's father, bullied the son and often beat him. And if he had done this more, often he might have the left physical scars on his body. My dear students, please come on the paragraph number 7. In view of this, it is fortunate that my father was never much of a presence in my life. This was partially because he worked long, irregular hours. It is likely that he spent longer at his job than was strictly necessary because he was extremely ambitious and would have wanted to impress his superior officer with his zeal. This zeal, and to be fair, probably also his ability, paid off, and he ascended the police career ladder quite rapidly, becoming a chief inspector when he was still relatively young. I'm going to explain the paragraph number 7. In the seventh paragraph, a writer was expressing his feelings of happiness as his father was not much present in his life. This was done because his father worked long, irregular hours. I mean, his father spent longer at his job. Actually, writer's father was extremely ambitious and would have wanted to impress his officers with his strong work. And this was the reason that his father soon became a chief inspector in police. Come on, paragraph number 8. However, it was not just work which kept him away from me. He simply was not the kind of man who liked to spend much time at home. When he was not at work, he would be out indulging in one of his many hobbies. These tended to reflect the fact that he was what would now be known as a physical fitness freak. This was well before the modern obsession with gym and working out, but it did weight training, boxed, swam, played football and golf, and went hill walking all on a regular basis. When he was not indulging in physical exercise himself, he was encouraging others to do so. Thus, he trained the local junior football team and Ronald Local Boys Club, where he coached some of them in boxing and other in swimming. So, all of you, please listen me carefully. I'm going to explain the paragraph number 8. In paragraph number 8, the writer showed his opinion about his father's worst behavior. That in paragraph number 7, he was thinking just because of his father nature of job, he could not spend much time with his son. But in paragraph number 8, he realized that this was not work that compelled him to move far away from his son. Actually, the writer thought that his father was not a kind hearted man. That's why he actually did not want to spend much time at home. But his father was very much interested with gym and working out. Also, he did weight training, boxed, swam. He was also interested to play football and golf and spent much time for walking on a regular basis. He was also encouraging other people to do the same. He worked as a coach in football team to train his juniors. Paragraph number 9. What you may ask, was his only son, indeed only child doing when all this activity, I mean is in the paragraph number 9 on second line, was taking place, I was indulging in the hobbies which I enjoyed. These were sedentary and thus diametrically opposed to those of my active father. I loved drawing, painting, reading, and writing. Admirable early pursuits for one of us to become an artist and art critic, as I have, but pursuits which did not endure to my father. I'm going to explain paragraph number 9. In paragraph number 9, the writer differentiated between his hobbies and his father. Dear students, as I told you about the hobbies of writer's father, like gym, swimming, playing, etc., but the writer as his son mentioned his hobbies like painting, drawing, reading, and writing. These all are the hobbies of writer. It really shows that the writer wanted to be an artist, whereas his father loved physical exercises. So this made them complete opposite of his father's hobbies, which involves physical activity and less mental effort. The writer inherited his hobbies from his mother, who is described in artistic, as I told you before in the paragraph number 4. Now come on the paragraph number 10. I'm going to read out. I was indeed a disappointment to him. He despised the kind of activities which I enjoyed, and he had to face the fact that a strong, fit man like himself had somehow fathered a weakly child who was often ill. If I had not so strongly resembled him in facial features, he might well have doubted that he was my biological father. What does it mean? I'm going to explain the paragraph number 10. In paragraph number 10, the writer showed disappointment towards his father because his father did not allow him to express his own opinions and told him that he was worthless. The emotional scars could have been caused by the fact that his father's behavior towards him showed that his father did not love him, although the writer had not so strongly resembled in facial features, but he was his biological son. So, this is all about the explanation of the unit number one, my relationship with my father. The text type is autobiography. Now, come on the next slide, which is about the words and meaning. As I already told you all the difficult meanings while explaining the paras, here are the table of the words and meaning. Listen the pronunciation carefully. Hung. The first word is hung. Hung means emotionally confused. Second word is swapped. Swapped means exchanged. Third word is endow. It means give property to a person. Fourth word is stature. It means high level of respect. Next word is bully. It means a blustering person. Next word is scars. Scars means a mark of wound on the skin. Next word is zeal. Zeal means great energy. Next word is ascended. It means climbed up. It word is obsession. It means very interested. Sedentary. Next word is sedentary. It means inactive. Next word is pursuit. It means an effort. The last word is despite. It means looked. I'm going to repeat all the words. Listen me carefully. First word is hung. While I'm going to repeat all the words, please take a screenshot. All of you, all of you, my dear students, please take a screenshot so it will be easier for you to complete the work. I'm going to repeat. First word is hung. It means emotionally confused. Second word is swapped. It means exchanged. Third word is endow. It means give property to a person. Fourth word is stature. It means high level of respect. Fifth word is bully. It means a blustering person. Sixth word is scars. It means a mark of wound on the skin. Next word is zeal. It means great energy. Seventh word is ascended. It means climbed up. Eighth word is obsession. It means very interested. Ninth word is sedentary. It means inactive. Next word is pursuit. It means an effort. The last word is despite. It means looked. All of you, please take a screenshot of the words and meaning. Here is a question and answer. Reading comprehension of my relationship with my father. Answer the following questions. These are all the question and answer of the level 1. Question number 1. In what year was the writer born? How do you know? This is the first question of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father, and in level number 1, that is present in level 1. Answer is he was born in 1942. I know this because he was almost 3 years old in 1945. Question number 2. Where was father when he first recalls seeing his father? This is the question of unit number 1, that is present in level 1. Answer is he was in bed. Question number 3. What two reasons does the writer give for mentioning the day his father returned home? The answer is he mentions it because it is his earliest memory and because it represents their subsequent relationship. Please take a screenshot Now I'm going to repeat all the questions of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father. All the questions present in level 1. Question number 1, in what year was the writer born? How do you know? Answer is he was born in 1942. I know this because he was almost 3 years old in 1945. Now, question number 2, where was father when he first recalls seeing his father? Answer is he was in bed. Question number 3, what two reasons does the writer give for mentioning the day his father returned home? Answer is he mentions it because it is his earliest memory and because it represents their subsequent relationship. Please take a screenshot. In this slide, we have the three questions, question number 1, 2, and 3 that is present in your course book. In unit number 1, my relationship with my father, and these all the questions are present in level 1. Please take a screenshot. Now, come on the question number 4. How did the writer's relationship with his father different relationship with his mother? Question number 4. How did the writer's relationship with his father differ from the relationship with his mother? Answer is he was terrified of his father, who was cruel to him, but he has a close, loving relationship with his mother, who was gentle to him. I'm going to repeat the answer. He was terrified of his father, who was cruel to him, but he has a close, loving relationship with his mother, who was gentle to him. Now, come on the question number 5. Why was it fortunate that the writer's father was not often at home? Question number 5. Why was it fortunate that the writer's father was not often at home? Answer is the father bullied the son and often beat him. And if he had done this more, often he might have left physical scars on his body. Question number 6. What three qualities helped the writer's father to gain rapid promotions in the police force? Question number 6. What three qualities helped the writer's father to gain rapid promotions in the police force? Answer is he had ambition, keenness to work long hours in order to impress his superiors, and the ability to do the job well. Answer number 6. He had ambition, keenness to work long hours in order to impress his superiors, and the ability to do the job well. Please take a screenshot. I'm going to repeat the question number 4, 5, and 6. Question number 4. How did the writer's relationship with his father differ from the relationship with his mother? Answer is he was terrified of his father, who was cruel to him, but he has a close, loving relationship with his mother, who was gentle to him. Question number 5. Why was it fortunate that the writer's father was not often at home? Answer is the father bullied the son and often beat him, and if he had done this more, often he might have left physical scars on his body. Question number 6. What three qualities helped the writer's father to gain rapid promotions in the police force? Answer is he had ambition, keenness to work long hours in order to impress his superiors, and the ability to do the job well. Please take a screenshot. This is the question number 4, 5, and 6 of the unit number 1. My relationship with my father that is present in your course book in level number 1. Now, that is the home task. What you have to do, all of you listen me carefully. What you have to do, just to start your work, very first you have to leave the one page. Why? Because in the first page you have to write your name, father name, subject, class teacher, and the subject teacher name. Is it clear? You have to leave one page. On the second page, listen me, all of you listen me carefully. On the second page, you have to make the title page of the unit number one, my relationship with my father. And before the title page, you have to make again the title page of the academic session 2021 to 2022. Is it clear? Very first, listen me, I'm going to repeat. Very first, you have to leave one page for your names, father name, subject, class teacher, and the subject teacher name. On the second page, you will write the academic session. On the second page, you will make the title page of academic session 2021 to 2022. Is it clear? On the third page, you will make the title page of the unit number one. This title page is on the third page because on the first page you have to make the title of your name, father name, is it? On the second page you will make the title of the academic session 2021 to 2022. On the third page you will make the title page of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father, that is present on page number 8 in your course book. The second task is write words and meaning in your English copy. As I told you before that you have to take a screenshot of the words and meaning. Task number 3 is answer the textual question or question and answers of level 1. I have shown you the 6 questions that is present in level 1. In level 1 in your course book of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father, there are 6 questions in level 1. After completing or after copy down the words and meaning, you have to write the question and answer. Hopefully you took a screenshot. I am going to repeat the words and meaning, the slides of words and meaning. Please take a screenshot. Who have joined right now, please take a screenshot of the words and meaning. Hurry up, take a screenshot of the words and meaning. Now this is the question answers, textual question and answer of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father, that is present in page number 8 in your course book. Please take a screenshot. Please take a screenshot, all of you. Now this is the last slide of question number 4, 5 and 6. Please take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These all 6 questions are present in level 1. You have to write after the words and meaning. Please take a screenshot. Now take a screenshot of the home task. You have to make the title page of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father. Second task is write words and meaning in your English copy. Third is answer the textual question and answer of level 1. I am going to repeat. In the first page of your English copy, you have to leave one page. Very first page, in the very first page, you have to write your name, class, subject, father name, is it? On the second page, you will write the academic session 2021 to 2022. In the third page, you have to make the title page of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father. On the fourth page, you will write words and meaning. On the fourth page, you will write words and meaning. And on the next page, you will write the textual question and answer, that are 6 question and answers in level 1. Is it clear? Please take a screenshot. Hopefully, you got a clear understanding about the explanation of the unit number 1, my relationship with my father. Hopefully, you got or you took a screenshot of the words and meaning, home task, and question and answer. So, take care. Allah Hafiz.